You know what's crazy? Is that this is how I know people are funny and delusional. Somebody said that I got cooked on my comment after I called her for lying about what I said. I'm like, you called me a racist, and there was nothing that I said was racist. I said, let's bring ourselves together. You said that I called Stevie Knight and Uncle Tom, when in fact, I did not call Stevie Knight and Uncle Tom, and homie just fucking said it himself, and I corrected him and said that's not a bad thing. Amongst other things, and some bozo just typed somewhere in the comments talking about she technically cooked. I don't know where or how, but that's just the art of delusion. If you think that somebody can say lies and spew bullshit and then they cooked, I can see if the shit was legit. Cause I'll take a good cooking and a good roasting any day. You know what I'm saying? I can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind about being wrong. But if I numbered and lettered your faults and what you're trying to say, on top of the fact that you're saying something that I didn't say when you didn't watch the video, doesn't make sense. It makes no sense at all. YouTube and the metaverse is crazy. That's all I really got to say too, is like the YouTube metaverse with people in the comments talking wreck is crazy. I have fun at least like once every 3 to 4 months with this, but the best part about it is that like I've never seen the amount of people be like, fuck this dude, after I said, yo, let's be together, dog. Like like they thought or think that I'm gonna be hurt if they be like, yo, we're out of here because you think that I'm being whatever you're saying. I am so fine with that. That's the best part about it. I love the song Word. I agree with you, E. And I agree with you that on that part too. I agree with you with that part too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, here's my thing. You can be a Kirk fan too. You feel me? Like, you could be a Kirk fan and just disagree with me, and then we can just agree to disagree. But the minute we start trying to like do the twisting of words and not, you know, doing all that weird shit, that's when I'm just like, all right, like, you know, if you want to go, like, bye. like it. I'm not losing any sleep over somebody telling me what I know my message isn't intended. You know what I'm saying? And like, once again, we can disagree. But the whole, I've been doing work all damn day, man. I've been doing non-damage control because there was no damage done. But I engage and I'm active in my comments all the time. I even got, Shorty even accused me of deleting her comment because she thought she was really that special and main of a character. Her thought that her comment was like that much different from anybody else's comment on that video at the time. That I'm like, oh no, oh, you said this to me, I gotta delete it. But I responded to it. The response is there, so why the fuck would I delete something that I responded to? Like, that just makes no sense. As I said, damn, it's crazy how you deleted something because now I'm trying to find this shit. So it's like, it's like clearly I'm not. What the fuck? Clearly we're on some funny ass shit with that one. That was different for me. And then she was like, oh, let me get my screenshots because you might delete this one. I'm like, lady, I don't go and delete comments, B. I don't know what internet games you think I be playing, but I don't play those games and just be like, oh my God, you said something about me or you said something I didn't like, so I'm going to delete it. Nah, bring it on, dog. Bring it on. I deal with real life. You know what I'm saying? Little comments and shit. That's just a part of the whole, like, you know, I need to get the shit the fuck out of the YouTube studio. I don't like looking at that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love the loving comments and shit too, but sometimes, like, you know, this girl really thought she was really that special with her comment. I'm like, girl, man, that comment wasn't shit compared to what everybody else was saying. That comment was the same thing that everybody else said. So why would I just delete yours? Oh my God. Oh my God. You said something that fuzzled me. How dare you? You can delete it now. I'm sorry. I gotta get this shit off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get it off because the things that I read today are super fucking hilarious. Like it's just, everything I read today was hilarious because I'm just like, yo, y'all really don't be listening. So like, it's one of those like, damn, people really rage quit when they don't like what they listening to. I almost did it when I was listening to Stevie the other day. I was like, I'm about to listen to this shit. I said, nah, I'm gonna finish so I can just get to the point. You know what I mean? But I guess I'm not fully immersed into the metaverse and shit. We got some shit going on, Crow. What you got? You got me into some shit right now, Crow. Yo, Crow, honestly, you know how it goes down over here. I rarely get into the politics too, but I don't know how I got dragged into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got dragged into this shit too. Like I normally do a good job at just avoiding it, but it was just something about it, and then something about how I was seeing creators that I rock with talking, and like once again, I still subscribe to the channels because like I'm not that moist to where like if somebody's doing whatever they're doing on their channel, that I'm like, fuck that, I'm gonna unsubscribe. Now if you're going too off the rocker, I might have to question some things, but if you just talking your shit, you talking your shit. You guys what you got your platform for, and it's like you not out here fucking celebrating anything. You talking your points, and that's what I was doing. So you know, I found myself getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally, Crow, I was laying in bed for like 3-4 days straight, immersed into like this situation till when I finally got onto the live. Like I feel a whole lot better now. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel so much better that I was able to get on the live. Though I didn't want to talk about it, I ended up talking about it. Because even if you ever go look at the live, like I would get into it, get out of it, get into it, get out of it. And then I said, fuck it, I'm just going to go into it because I was already into it already before the live. You know what I'm saying? I was already chatting about it. You know what I mean? And the chat was going pretty well. Now, what happened after I put my reactions out, you know, whatever, you know. You lose some, you gain some, but you live to make another reaction. You know what I'm saying? You live to make another reaction. You live to gain new subscribers and new followers. So that's always how I'm going to look at shit because I know I'm not coming from the place that whatever comments try to place me at. You know what I mean? And I know the internet can shape narratives and do things, and we all fall for the narrative shaping, you know what I'm saying? Like, including myself, because I take ownership and accountability, but like, we can still stand on our points. And though I got my cowboy hat on, I still stand on my points and where I stand at. We just don't need to go beat the dead horse over the head because we've already gone through that. But we were here because of the comment that I did read in my little YouTube real quick, because I was just like, damn, the lack of brain cells from some people that just can't comprehend things is actually pretty amazing to me. It's one thing to stand on something and agree, but if you just can't comprehend certain things, I don't know. And that's another thing. I think the new approach, because I've had this approach too. Sorry, I'm getting into a little chat about things, but I've gotten into this approach where even when I started this channel, I'm like, I'm going to engage in every comment. I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this, but I think at this point, I have to understand which comments to engage to and with and which not to. If I can clearly tell you didn't watch what I said or listen to what I actually said, and I've usually been able to pick that, I shouldn't give you the time of the day to like give you a thought out response. Because if you're not willing to thoroughly listen, then I have to not conversate with you because you're not even giving it a full listen. Like, I give everything that I'm looking at full listen and everything, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just going to repeat the same rhetoric as the world does when they don't agree with something and it just sounds real like together and not like, oh, well, I heard you say this and I see what you mean by this, but I disagree with that. And then like, we're not having the same conversations and we're not viewing things the same because you already are blocking me out, which is fine because that's why we are where we are today, because we tend to block out things when we don't like what we're hearing. And that's cool. But when we get into these problems like this, we're always going to be right at this middle fault, you know what I'm saying, of what we got going on, because now we want to try to listen, but it's too late because nobody was listening before and everybody shitting on each other. So I'm going to do a better job at not like engage. I'll heart it and like it, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just clearly not listening to understand or like having a real conversation or real whatever in the comments, like I'm just going to like it. because I don't need to invest into it too much like that, especially after what I've watched today. And it's only happened too, believe it or not. And this is the best part about it. And that lady who thought she cooked in the comments or thought I deleted her comments or whatever, like the common theme is because I just disagree with something, you know what I'm saying? And then because I disagree, we're attaching the lies to it, which is hilarious because like this is what y'all are arguing against with dude, you know what I'm saying? And when we're like, for example, like you're like, yeah, you're all pissed off. Like she's like, you're all pissed off about like, you know what I'm saying? Adam using the N-word, and then she's like, all your little homies and shit like that, blah blah blah, saying, and then like because of white guys, they just went into that whole thing, and then I go, hold on, dog. I'm like, I think the only time I questioned it was the racism thing, and then every time after that, I think I've literally laughed and like this motherfucker's slick and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like I don't bang with it, but I'm like he's slick and shit. Like so I'm just like, oh, I guess I get all pissed off and shit. So it's just funny how like she clearly be watching. So I'm like, you clearly watch, but like you be watching this to be twisted shit. That shit's just hilarious. But that's that for that rant. We will get right into something else. Let me finish what you finished saying, Crow. I went down the rabbit hole after hearing a Charlie. I had to because my grown kids saw his, and I didn't want them thinking that shit is normal. Because it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. And that's the best part that you said. Like, that shit ain't normal, but society is so desensitized from that shit because of Twitter, because of things online and people sharing things. And, like, the one thing I've never done on the platform, at least, is, like, reshare those videos, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've reshared those videos like that. Like, and I'm not even talking about homie either. I'm talking about in general. Like, I don't think I've tried to recycle those videos because that's the problem too, is recycling those videos. So I'm almost certain I don't think I've really ever recycled any video like that because I just know the damage of it. Like, yeah, I'll see it and watch it myself, but I don't want to be the person that's just sharing it like, you know, on a platform like a Twitter or an Instagram or anything like that. So, because I know how damaging that could be. And then once again, it goes viral and it's just constantly something spinning and spinning and spinning. So it is very dangerous. But yeah, I went down the rabbit hole too. You know what I'm saying? I was like, who's this Charlie Kirk dude? You know what I'm saying? And then when I found out who he was, I was like, oh, it's him? Because I knew him. As soon as they said he's the guy that wants to pardon the cop that, you know, people are saying did or didn't kill George Floyd, which I think, you know, personally did, but we're not going down that rabbit hole again. How do he where was I going with that? Damn, I just completely forgot one left, but fuck it. Anyway. Oh yeah, and I forgot where I was going. I'll just read your comment now. Oh, I never let you down, but do it. Do I? Nah, you never let me down, Crow. Ever. Anyway, Crow will always be on the side of humanity. No left, no right. Not even center. I'm not on that plan. You and I both. You know what I mean? And that's the part that always shocks me too, is that I literally, and that's why, you know, politics is funny to get into, because no matter how positive or what you try to say as far as the overall message, the other stuff that people want to fit the narrative is going to be heard instead. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that sucks. And once again, I think we're all guilty of that. You know what I mean? And I'm not exempt. You know what I mean? I'm not exempt from that at all. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, you know, to that point, Crow, I'll always be someone that respects others' opinions and beliefs. I draw the line when others feel that they can comment on another person or people's life experiences or try to force their own beliefs. And that's honestly how I'm feeling is what's going on, because the narrative seems to fit that type of thing. And it's one of those like, all right, like, you may not experience that. It may not be. And once again, there's a lot of different places in this world. There's a lot of different environments. There's a lot of different neighborhoods, a lot of different things. You can't generalize it overall just because you believe or feel that way to what your environment is. And I think that's always my thing as well too. You know what I mean? That's always my big point. And that's kind of the point I was making when I was reacting to Stevie's stuff too. I'm like, he's not right and he's not wrong, but what he is wrong is generalizing and personalizing it to his environment, his personal experiences, and like his views. You know what I mean? All of that has, like, you know, effects. You know what I mean? And people are allowed to have those opinions opposite of what you're spitting. I've never been the one to be like, yo, fuck Stevie and, go unsubscribe to his channel and shit, because that's never anything I'm doing. I'm going to always support what my brothers do as far as building a space and a platform and, once again, making a better life for themselves, because I've always even said that in a video. I'm like, hey, knocking what you do and get your bread. That's never what it is. Always support one another on that. But I can do both. I can support what you do, and I can disagree on certain things you say or your stance. Now, if it's detrimental or if it's like crazy, which this is not what Stevie do, you know what I'm saying? I've watched a lot of things that I agree and disagree. Even when I watch certain things that I'm watching, I'm like, I disagree. Even within that, I still agree with certain things, because that's just how the fuck shit be working. But, life is how it is. And the internet is also not real life. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like, this here, great community, we're building and shit like that, but we also go outside and deal with real life experiences and see things in real time and have a real experiences outside of these keyboards, these screens, and everything else. I don't know, some people might not touch grass, but most of us do. You know what I mean? And agendas on others. Brother, I did the same thing as you. Which part, Crow? Which one did you do the same as me? Lose track of thought, or or go down the deep rabbit hole? And I think that's where I was at too, going down the deep rabbit hole after like figuring out who he was with the cop. That's where I was going. See, that's why we go back. You know what I mean? Going down that rabbit hole, and I was like, oh, I do know who he is as far as like the shit that he says, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then that's when I started going in. So I spit. What, I don't know when it happened. It was like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. I spent Thursday through like whenever my birthday was, basically on my phone in my bed every day, chatting with people in chats, low key getting disappointed with people sometimes, because what I've been learning is that like we want to talk one way but not address and talk about overall other things, and I just been upset. You know what I mean? I low key have been upset with just the approaches of what's been going on behind the scenes. It's nothing personal. I just been a little upset. Just a little upset. Like, okay, like we don't really want to like look for real, but whatever. You know what I mean? But I started digging into them and stuff, and like watching fucking podcasts and interviews, the 20-minute segments and all that, because once again, we fall for the clicks and the tabloids and stuff like that, and that's what people was gonna say. So I'm like, before I got anything to say, I gotta watch everything. And it's funny how I watched everything, and then people are like, nah, you didn't watch everything. So I'm just like, yeah, this ain't for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for me, because I guess we watch two different things. You know what I'm saying? We must be watching some other stuff that I ain't seeing outside of 10 seconds. I don't watch 10 seconds to form my opinion. I be watching things thoroughly, and then I'll, come back to you. But yeah. Oh, snap. What the hell happened? I lost the page for a second, guys. I lost the page. Hold up. There was an important message in here. Shit, brother, I think we should do a live together and let's talk about it. We got to set up a live one way or another, Crow. We got to set one up one way or another. I know our time zones is crazy different too. And once again, I went down the rabbit hole myself, and like I always say, I didn't agree with the majority, but I agree with some things. But a majority, I wasn't jacking. You know what I mean? But I never did I once imply or insinuate that that's why it should be gone. But it's all wrapped up in one conversation at the moment too. You know what I mean? It's so fresh and everything, and it's like Stephen A said, and that's why I'm like, yeah, we guilty of that. Like, instead of focusing on all the other stuff, but our society focuses on all the other stuff. When someone passes, we just seen it with Hulk Hogan like a month ago. You know what I mean? When someone passes, what you leave behind and what you put out there is what people are going to talk about. You know what I mean? I think that's really what it is. It's not about all of that, but what he left behind is what caused people to talk about that type of stuff. While also you get people out there celebrating and bad mouthing and finger pointing and all that in the time of his death. So Stephen A, once again, that interview earlier point on with just us as people and as a society, which is the same thing I was saying, but it's just a little bit different. I'm not Stephen A, and the delivery is a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like I articulate it a little bit differently, maybe, but you know, it's the same shit. And honestly, it's both cringe. You know what I'm saying? It's funny I said cringe too, because I barely use that word, but it's both cringy. You know what I mean? It's definitely both cringy, and I think that's the problem too, is that a lot of us are just, you know, we're in that realm of it. You know what I mean? It's all in that realm of everything, and it's just a mix of emotions of what everybody's feeling. But you know, we all get captivated by things. We all seen it. You know what I mean? And then when we all seen it, we all dug to find things out. And we all have these spaces where we're all talking about it. Now, how you talk about it and how you handle it is very important. You know, and a lot of people that, like, I think I did a little mockery of it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that be, you know, the crazy ass people that be like this and talking shit and celebrating with the phone at their eyelids and shit like that is crazy. And then the same people that's doing that is the same people that's in their phones with the fucking WWF promos talking about, you have all done it now and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's all the same stupid shit. Like, because people ran and did this, or ran, picked this shit up, propped it up somewhere and was like, you know, they done it now. They done it now, y'all. The gloves are off, you know, all this shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we did not act humane, and we have not been acting humane at all from both sides, but we just not owning both sides, so we just still finger pointing, like, instead of just looking at what the real problem is, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, all this and all that was going on, you know what I mean? The best way how I looked at it was the right was right here in your face, and the left was like, nah, you can't see me, you can't see me, you know what I'm saying? Like, the left was looking real goofy, because it's like, they was out here hiding and talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And at least the right was just in the camera looking crazy talking shit, because the WWE promos and the music setups and all of that was fucking hilarious to me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, watching all of that, because it's like y'all are both looking insane. That's the first thing y'all want to do, is go to y'all phone and do WWE promos and fucking guess who's talking shit videos and shit. Like, that shit's crazy to me. Like, that'll always be crazy to watch both sides kind of just run to the phones, you know what I mean, and then just start kind of like doing what everybody's frowning upon. Like, I never found that even like the right way to do it. And then people really get shocked when they lose their jobs after doing that stupid shit, or even when they just like, yo, F this dude and all. Whenever the language is crazy and it's not just at a peaceful manner, I'm like, y'all are bugging. Like I'd be like, y'all are tripping when y'all do it. I'm like, oh, y'all must not have a job if like y'all are talking this crazy on the phone like this, like doing all of that. That's wild. You can talk about it. It's about how you talk about it. It's about how you say it. My biggest concern is that the youth all over the world are watching all of us grown folk, and they're like sponges soaking in all. Yeah, like, yo, Crow, I don't know when you came in or if you seen me look at the Stephen A. and Como interview. Everything you're saying, everything I've been saying, everything that like I've been just preaching from the beginning, even before all this stuff kind of happened, I'm always about the unity. Like, I'm like, yo, we need to stop doing this shit. He said the same exact thing. He literally goes, yo, we got people watching our officials that they look up to and aspire to be doing this shit. So I think you should probably go look. If you don't want to look at my like discussion or reaction of it, go look up Stephen A. Smith. I believe his first name is Chris Como, but Stephen A. Smith Como on Dude. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just refraining from saying the name just to kind of like, you know, ease up the algorithm, because I don't want that a part of my algorithm like that either. Like, just cause it's so spicy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want a part of my algorithm, but you know, go peep it. If you want to go peep it on mine or that, definitely go peep it out for sure. But nah, that's a fact. Like, the kids are seeing this shit, dog, and like we act like we concerned about them, but we being poor examples right now. And people have been blessed with platforms that terribly irresponsible with their words and don't think about the ripple effect. Another thing I've been saying as well, you know what I mean? Like, it's all, and I think I just said it too. It's just all about the delivery, dog, and how you present it, dog. Like, you can feel how you feel, but if you hop on here, even if you're emotionally driven, you got to do your best, because we're not perfect as human beings. But you got to do your best to refrain from just for spitting certain narratives. And I'm talking about people that have the platforms. Like, we're not even talking about Dude anymore. We're talking about us as people, we gotta refrain from going on and just saying words like L R. Yeah, I mean, like we gotta stop finger pointing and shit, and then being like, yo, let's get at this person, or like this person's too violent, like it's crazy, like that's and people look, and unfortunately we're in the world of influencers. Yeah, I mean, and why are we in the world of influencers? Because these people that look at these people are influenced. So it's like we gotta be wiser with our platforms, just with our words and how our message is. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's no follow up with, even if like you're like, yeah, I feel how I feel, but then it's like, yo, we need to be together and be peaceful. It still kind of hurts a little bit because it's like it's the other words before, because people only hear the trigger and the spicy words first. You know what I'm saying? And we all just got to be better, and we got to listen to understand. You know what I mean? We got to listen all the way through. You know, I know we in a world of a shorter attention span, and people don't like listening all the way and might tune out or block out when they hear things. But all these fans screaming is making my ears ring. Now I'm playing. I just went Eminem mode real quick. It felt right. It felt right. But like, we got to stop doing that. You know what I mean? We got to get back to like thoroughly listening, thoroughly reading things through, understanding shit, like the context of anything. You know what I mean? Like, we got to just figure it out. You know what I mean? We got to be able to figure it out. But eventually we'll get there. I don't see it happening anytime soon right now. Sadly, I wish it would. You know, I really wish it would. But a lot of folks are in too deep.